linear systems again, but it's going to do with word problems. So 118.17, it's going to be graph, graph linear system word problem. Graph linear system word problem.
Some of them say late, some of them say after.
After both of them. So after we do the chapter.
They don't absent, so.
Alright, our essential question is how are linear systems used to compare items? So linear systems are actually used for a reason. And not just because he wants you to graph lines. There are real applications used for them. So that's what the word problems are going to be today. So remember, how many types of solutions do you have for word problems? Or linear systems, sorry. 3, whatever. One solution, which means they do what? They intersect. And that's one word pair. What else? Infinitely many means what? What does infinitely many mean though? All order pairs work, because what are they doing? They're all the same line, same thing, right? They're right on top of each other. Now what's the second one? Or third one, sorry. No solution, which means what? They're parallel. They're never going to touch. Correct? Alright. So, let's come up with an example. Let's pretend we are going to rent the book. Any of you ever gone to a lake? Yeah? Have you ever seen like a paddle boat? Where you actually like pedal? Have you ever done it? Yeah? Yeah. It's hard. Yeah. You get tired. Like you think it's really easy and then you guys are going and then like 5 minutes later you're like, okay, I'm done. Because you gotta pedal the whole time. Keep going. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna pretend we're running a paddle boat. And one company, so let's call it Company A, charges $30, right? So they automatically want to charge you. Plus, they're going to charge you $5 for You good so far? Okay. Company B. So there's one at the lake and then there's one outside, right? There's usually like different places we can go. So company B charges $20 plus $10 per hour. Okay? Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a table. So our table is going to look something like what are we getting charged for? Not automatically, but what automatically we're charged a certain amount, right? You get like a service fee in case you do something to it, right? But then what else are you getting charged? Per hour. So let's make a table, let's start with per hour. Or number of hours. How many companies do we have? How many? Two. We have company A and we have company B. Yeah?
What do I do if they didn't write like anything on the top? I don't know if it's actually like.
And this right here is your total charge or amount. So in dollars, yes? So we're figuring out how much each one costs. Alright, you good? Question? No? Alright, let's talk about per hour. What's the first hour you want to call it? Hour what? 1, then hour what? 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's pretend we're going to be at the lake all day long, like we're having a family picnic, right? So let's pretend we're having like a family picnic. We want to figure out how many hours it's going to cost. We want to rent it for 2, we want to rent it for 6. Okay? So let's go ahead and let's figure this out. Now, obviously there's not a lot of room, but we know how to do this. First of all, before we do anything, let's figure out what our equations are going to be. It says charges $30 plus $5 per hour. You want it to be in the form of y equals mx plus b. Why? Does anyone know we want it that? Because we need to graph it. So if we need to graph it, we need it to look like this, correct? Okay. Up here, it does tell us that. It says we get charged $30 plus $5 per hour. Where is the variable located in that sentence? Good. The per hour is your variable. What variable is that? Good job. Understand? So per hour is your x. What does 5 represent? Your slope, which is your m. So we have y equals 5x, and what are we adding to it no matter what? $30. Right? So let's pretend I go and I want to rent the paddle boat, right? I tell them I want to rent it. I automatically get charged how much? $30. I don't need to take it out. Then, after my first hour, that's 5, there's 5, there's 5. Okay? Make sense? Okay. So, let's write the same another equation for the second one, for company B. Because we get charged $20, plus we get $10 per hour. Same thing, what's your per hour? It's your x. So if I want to write it in the form of y equals mx plus b, how am I going to do that? Y equals 10x plus what? Plus 20, good. You good so far? Questions? No? Alright, So now where are we at? Now what we gotta do? We gotta figure it out. We gotta fill in the table, right? So let's take the first one. Let's take company A, and let's do all the work for company A. So what am I gonna say about company A? I'm gonna take y equals what? 5x plus 30. So what does the per hour represent? What variable does this represent? It's your x, right? So this is x. What are you doing with 1? You plug it in where you see x, right? So we get y equals 5 times 1 plus 30. So y equals 5 plus 30. So what is y equals?
Why is there so much labor required here? Why is there so much of it?
Alright, so we get 35. So can you keep going? Yeah, go ahead and figure out the rest of letter A. Do we have letter A done? We finished letter A with a letter B. Ready? Okay. We should have for letter A, we should have 35, then 40, then 45, then 50, then 55, then 60. Yep? You good? Alright, for letter B, we should have 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. Yes? Very good there. Alright, so now what's the next thing we have to do? got a graph. Okay? So let's make ourselves a graph somewhere on our paper. You can go to the back if you want, or just stay on the front. I'm going to turn mine to the back because I'm not right now. Okay, so I have all the work there, so you can see it. So I'm going to graph on the back because I don't know. Do I need all quadrants? No, why? There's no negatives. I can't have negative money, I can't have negative time, so I only need quadrant what? Quadrant 1. Quadrant 1 is the one with all positive. So it's going to look something like this. What is the X that represent? The hours, good. What does the Y represent? Total amount of what? You can't just call it total, we can call it total what? Total amount, total price, total money, right? Any of those things work? Maybe some dollar sign, it's fine too. It has to be like a total of some sort of money, so we know it's money, okay? What do you want to count the Y values by? The Y what? Alright, let's graph the first one. Let's graph A. What is the first order search of A? Actually, where does it start? Where does it start on the y-axis? Not a 0. So look at your equation. Where does the letter A start? 30? Why 30? So y-intercept, very good. So remember y is equal to, what is that, 5x plus 30? We're going to start at 30 because that's automatically, no matter what, as soon as I sign that paper, I owe them how much money? $30. Got it? Alright, and then 1 hour is how much? 35. Another hour, 40. My graph is not perfect because obviously I'm graphing this way. And then 45, 50. I can't go. Here we go. Like this though, yes? Your graph probably looks better than mine. Mine's a little spaced out and it looks really bad. Okay? Alright, let's see. What was the equation for B again? Y equals what? 10x plus 20. Good. Alright, so where does that one start? No matter what, as soon as I sign the paper, how much do I owe them? $20. Then after 1 hour, how much is it? 30. 2 hours? 40. 3 hours? 50. 4 hours? 50. Alright, what do you see happening? They cross, where does it intersect? At how many hours? What's the order term? Is it 2 comma 40? Okay, what does 2 comma 40 mean? 2 what? 2 hours and $40. So what it's saying is this. When my graphs meet, both of them are exactly the same. You understand? So before that, which one's the cheaper option? The P, my letter B, A, or my letter B? B. So if I'm only going to rent it for 1 hour, or even up to 2, which one should I go with? B. You understand? If I'm going to be there for 5 hours, which option do I go with? A. Why? Because it's cheaper. You understand? So you need to know how to read the graph along with the table. The table is easy to see. Because I can see at 5 hours, one is 55 and the other one's 70. That's easy to read, right? But you need to know how to read the graph. And so what that means is that right here, at this point, this one's cheaper. Okay? But it also means that right here, this one's cheaper. Alright? So if I was going to ask you which one you would go with to rent it for 3 hours, which one are you going to say? I'm going to go with A. But if I say, you decide you only want to rent it for 1 hour. You don't want to pedal that long. It's just you and your cousin that want to pedal. No one else wants to paddle. So how long are you going to rent it for? So which one are you picking? B. You understand? So that's how you have to read the graph. Okay? Your homework is going to ask for stuff like this. It's going to have a table, and it's going to have where you fill in the chart. So you're going to show your work on paper. Then it's going to have the graph for you, so you get a graph there, and it's already listed first quadrant. And then you have to answer a question. So make sure you answer the question. Okay? So when you're doing stuff like on a quiz or a test, it might not just be solving graphs like yesterday. It might be more like, well, which one's cheaper at this time? Which company are you going to go with after this many hours? You understand? Does that make sense? Or how many tickets need to be sold to start making more money? Okay? Because we can do it for ticket prices also. Are we good? Do you understand what we're talking about? Alright, so what you're going to do right now is, I'm not going to give you another example because I think you get it. But you are going to go and you're going to answer your essential question. Because remember, your essential question didn't ask, how do I graph it? It says, how do I use it to read the graph? Right? How can I answer questions based on price, based on items, real life stuff? Good? So go answer your essential question in your summary. Go ahead and put a question in your margin. Remember, each notebook check is 100 points. You have more notebook checks this semester. You have unit 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that's 400 points. Think of how many homework assignments that requires. How much is your homework worth? 4. How many homework assignments need to add up to 400 points? 100. And then you're going to have 100 homework assignments. Okay? So is the notebook worth a lot? Yes. So go ahead and do that.